Oh, hi guys. Can y'all hear us now?
Okay, there we go. We back in motion.
Yes. Okay, let's restart the difficulties. As y'all know, hi, it's your voice podcast. I'm Kendra here,
Hey guys, it's Sanaya.
and today we are doing our 11th episode on suicide prevention and community impact.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, this month. Can you mute? Oh, guys, technical difficulties. So this Wednesday, for our Wellness Wednesday, we will be talking about suicide prevention and our community impact.
Yes, like I was saying, it's also one before we get started. Let's thank Yard Youth as a resource, like always, for sponsoring us. Thank you, Yard. And also, let's take a moment to remember the loved ones we've lost, and also make sure to check in with our friends, family, and loved ones because it's a hard month for many, and our heart go out to y'all. And also, another reason why it's so important increases awareness. So us youth know that life sometimes is life. Like it gets hard. You don't know what's gonna go at you. Sometimes it just gets thrown at you.
I'm still alive. Still alive.
But let's get into our next episode. Next slide, guys. What is suicide prevention? Um, So, suicide prevention, the actual definition is the process of identifying risk factors and increasing protective factors to decrease suicides or thoughts to self harm. And I think that that is a good definition for it, but I also think that for me, I would have to put it in my own words, which is suicide prevention is the act of actually going through um, and knowing what suicide is, but also what depression is, knowing that there are different meanings, there is different ways you feel suicide sometimes or suicidal thoughts by feeling depressed or not heard. What about you?
I feel like this month shouldn't be looked at as something, downing or
Depressing.
depressing. I feel like it should be we try to transform our grieving process, look a little bit different. Even though there's like a a feeling put onto when it comes to suicide, I feel like we can still, you know, turn that dirt to a flower.
You're into a flower. So basically, even though it's a rainy day, on the bright side.
Exactly. There we
Okay.
go. Clock that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Alright, and with this also, we want to actually show you all a video that goes more into this.
Else.
I can be hard to figure out.
And I like my privacy.
I don't want you looking over my shoulder all the time.
But you know your kid better than anybody else. And if you think he's acting different than usual,
Acting really down, crying all the time for no good reason.
or getting really mad,
Not able to sleep or sleeping too much.
Shutting her friends out or giving her stuff away.
acting reckless, drinking, using drugs, staying out late,
Suddenly not doing stuff he used to love.
or doing stuff that's just not like him.
It might be nothing to worry about. It might just be high school.
Or it might be something more. He might be depressed.
Not just feeling down, really depressed.
It might be that your kid is thinking about killing himself.
It happens. More than you think. More than it should.
And people say, I had no idea.
I thought it was just a phase he was going through.
I never thought she'd do it.
I wish he'd come to me.
I wish he'd said
I
something.
wish I'd said something.
When it's too late. So if you think your kid's acting different, if she seems like a different person, say something.
Say, what's wrong? How can I help?
And ask straight out, are you thinking about killing yourself?
It doesn't hurt to ask. In fact, it helps.
When people are thinking about killing themselves, they want somebody to ask.
They want somebody to care.
maybe you're afraid you'll make it worse if you ask. Like, you'll put the idea in their head.
Believe me, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
In fact, the best way to keep a teenager from killing herself is to ask, are you thinking about killing yourself?
And what if they say yes?
Or maybe.
Or sometimes,
Well, here's what you don't say.
That's crazy.
Don't be such a drama queen.
you're making too much of this.
That boy's not worth killing
Yourself.
over.
That's not going to solve anything.
You're just trying to get attention.
You're not going to kill yourself.
What you do say is,
I'm sorry you're feeling so bad.
How can I help?
We'll get through this together.
Let's keep you safe.
I love that they made sure to do the negative ways that
Just like anybody else.
in the situation, but they also made sure to add other ways that you can help with the situation.
Exactly.
Especially for someone that has been depressed before. It's like really challenging to when it comes to someone and actually hearing what do you have to be, like they say, depressed for. You're having all this, but my thing is, you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know what's going through their mind. Anything could affect them.
I think all our parents fall fault to that, right? What do you got anything to stress for? You only do your chores. What? I go to school. I'm in school with these crazy people with different personalities. We all trying to find ourselves in this school.
Even sometimes I'm crazy.
At least you're
everybody's
honest.
a little bit of crazy, like be mixing, and then you're like, oh my god. Like I was told today, by someone, what do you have to be stressed for? Literally, I'm running around trying to do all these different things before a podcast show, and they're not understanding that. Yeah, you're helping me and like putting off some of the burden by like driving me to these different places, so it's faster. But still, it it's still stressful because I'm like, okay, I got to do all this. I got to make sure I have my checklist, make sure I have everything ready. Like I had to leave my computer so it could be charged. So when I get here, it was going to be fine. And even still, you seen how that messed up?
Mhm.
Still have things to worry about.
I feel like when it comes to that, like, oh, what do you have anything to be stressed about? I feel like that's purely like that person not being mindful, you know? They're being completely closed-minded into what might have like rubbed off on you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? In that process, or just completely what you had to do in your day. You know, everyone's not in your brain. We the only ones that can hear the thoughts that's in our head. So I feel like that's one thing we kind of do have to work on. I say we because sometimes it can slip.
Right.
Not being mindful, not because you don't want to be mindful, but because you're not constantly thinking of other people, you know?
And when it comes to that, another thing that we want to do is actually tell y'all the definition while we're talking about this of depression.
But let's ask our viewers today, how are they feeling on a scale 1 to 10? How are you feeling, Kendra?
Me? I'm feeling like I'm at 8.5 because I feel like even though it's a stressful day, I got Popeyes for free. Didn't have to pay.
Oh, whoa. Where's mine?
Ask him.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, got Popeyes for free. Got a Coke for free. Listen, got a free ride, even though they were gonna pretend like they weren't gonna give me a free ride. And then I went like this, and I was told to stop smiling.
I don't
How
know.
about you?
Look, Facts Over Feelings said they're feeling a 6 out of 10. And they said that at 5:55. That's nice time, and I'm dead.
Mhm.
But hopefully that 6 before, you go to bed could be brought to like an 8. You don't need a 10,
You
but an 8.
treat yourself to a little sweet treat or like a little me time, watch TV, read, whatever you want to do, listen to music. What about you though, Naya? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like a 7 right now. Just a 7 right now.
Right? Can you explain why?
We had some trials and tribulations, but I'm not like
Right.
distraught. I'm not discouraged or anything. I'm
Okay.
still being resilient. You feel me? Resilient.
I think that's it. San said 8.5.
8.5. I'm trying to get like that. trying to be like that. I'm trying to be like that.
You know, you can really just do some TikToks with your siblings later. I bet that will hype you up. All right, but before we get officially started, like I said, we do want to say give the definition for depression, because that is some miscommunication when it comes to that, and not everybody knows it. It's a mental condition characterized by feelings of several like de- dejection, rejection, basically dejection. Because I'm like, dejection does not come out right when
How's
I
it
try to
spelled?
say it. DEJECTION.
Do you have it right now?
Yeah,
Let me see.
dejection.
Oh.
Yeah, it just don't sound right for me.
Dejection.
Yes. So typically, also with feelings
It look
of
weird.
guilt, often occupied by lack of energy or disturbance of appetite, sleep, sometimes of doing any activities, which it really do be hard because why do that when you have low energy? Sometimes you just wanna like you feel like you should recharge and just rest up.
No, I feel that. I feel like people overlook depression. You know what I mean? I feel like they overlook it, especially in middle schoolers and even elementary schoolers. Because let's not act like our 5th graders. That's 11th grade, 10th grade, right? I feel like when we hit that double age, that's when things is like, okay, you're getting your own perspective of life. You're trying to understand yourself, trying to have your own personality, trying to become your own person. Just figure it out for yourself, right? And I feel like everybody don't be mindful that, okay, as a kid, you got your parents' way of life, right? And then you trying to find your way of life. So when you get thrown to the real world, even if it's in school, all these different things are around you, all these different like impressions, all these different like styles you're somewhat getting familiar to, but your parents' style of living is still in the back of your mind.
Right.
That's already a conflicting thing. Your parents say live one way, but outside you see another. Not saying we don't listen to our parents, but you get what I'm saying? That's just one battle already as kids that people don't think we are like we have.
And let's try to say young person or youth because kid actually means goat. And we definitely don't want to be calling like anybody a goat because it's actually like that's what you call baby goats.
My bad. You.
Yes. Let's move on to the next one, which is what is suicide? Ooh.
Sorry, are there any signs?
What does any signs look like? Some signs could be
But
mental
let's look at that statistic first, though.
statistic first.
Yeah, it goes from 2022 to 2024. I didn't want to put 2025. 2025 is not over yet, right? You know what I'm saying? So we don't really
still a few months.
Yeah, 2025 is not over yet. So as we can see, 2023 and 2024 are kind of like they're going hand in hand, right?
Uh-huh.
But it was a peak from 2022, 2023, 2024.
What was 2022?
But that was 2020 was COVID.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's like I don't want to say like I'm surprised, right? But you would think that the rates would be higher during the COVID times because that was when like all that traumatic, the losses, the all that was going on, right? But for me to see the rates go higher, that was shocking when I did my research.
It could be because
That
a
was
lot
shocking.
of stuff got cut, like some arts, some
Healthcare
sports,
stuff,
healthcare,
food, what is it called?
benefits.
Food benefits, like schooling benefits.
Like a lot of this is crazy when you actually look at this from a youth perspective because we are the new adults and we say this every time it comes to an episode. Like it's crazy that we're even seeing this.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it was. Do you remember when we was in like middle school?
Mhm.
There was this. I'm not gonna lie. In middle school, I was so depressed in middle school. Like in middle school, I was like, I don't. it was just so much stuff going on. There was not just one reason. You know what I'm saying? It became a depression just became an overall feeling. It wasn't just one specific thing. So it's like I understand like everybody have their triggers and things, but that could literally just be like a mindset. Like you could literally have a mindset shift, and that's like the only perspective you can view your life and yourself in. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like when it comes to those stigmas, like oh that person is like attention seeking, that person just wants attention, that person is like weak or whatever the case may be, people don't understand like even in a
If
moment
you were
of
put in those shoes, you would probably choose the same like thing. You need to understand somebody's perspective. Walk in their shoes for a little bit. You never know.
Exactly. And some of the mental effects that I've read up on, it says like, this is the obvious one, but difficulty with concentrating, right?
Mm.
That's just a small word. That big word is called dissociation. You're completely not in touch with your reality, right?
Mm.
I was like in middle school. Not middle school, I'm lying. Ninth grade. Because that's COVID. Like, yeah, that's when we was in COVID. Ninth grade, 10th grade. When we came back to school 10th grade, I was like trying to find myself. I was trying to like, dibbling and dabbling in different crowds and things like that just to try to understand myself. It wasn't more so to fit in. It was more so like, okay, I think I like this. Okay, I'm kind of getting some feel over here. Like, this is cool. It's vibes. A lot of that stuff was not meant for me. You know what I mean? It was just a mindset shift of that mindset during the time what I was feeling and what I was in. And because of that mindset, it was certain crowds I was dibbling, dabbling, and thinking those crowds were my type of crowds. And that mindset, it's always consequences with actions, the actions that you make. And those consequences became like getting into certain fights, falling out with certain friends, viewing myself differently because of being with certain friends. You get what I'm saying? All that stuff is a mindset shift. And people don't understand like a lot of those things, the mental, the physical, the emotional, those things comes with depression. It takes a toll on everything completely.
For mine, it was I would say 7th grade in the middle, and I just kept losing people back to back. So like it was not helping, and then being like told I can't go outside. Couldn't like be with any friends. I had sleepovers when I was young. I never like when I was very young. I only had one. I've never had a sleepover like or had been over somebody's house besides like for an hour or two because I wasn't allowed to. I- Like it was because I would want to go and then something or another I would be, "Oh yeah, you can go." Then out of nowhere, "No, you can't." It would be like a switch. So for that to be like trapped inside the house and not be able to see anybody except for like school, and once COVID hit, it like really took a downfall because I'm like, okay, real bad. And I had tried talking to my mom about it. It didn't go so well. I was told, "What do you have to be depressed for?" And you can see on her face, it was like, "Yeah, I don't believe this. That sounds like really dumb." Not to say like it is, just like you could see it on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all experienced anything like that?
I don't think I've experienced. I think I did, to be honest, but like it was more so like, oh, I'm depressed, and it was like, what do you have to be depressed for? Only thing you do is this and this, like you get what I'm saying. It was more so like that. So in a way, it was like our feelings and us venting was just dismissed, and that was a really bold thing for us to do.
Right.
To come
Try to talk about it. I didn't really get out of it until sophomore year where I met my lovely best friend slash wife, and a few of my other friends, and some of the ones I still have, the few from middle school, they helped me and actually got me out of a slump. But let's move on to
That's good. Keep
what
them people
does
around.
grief look like? Thank you.
Keep them people around.
What does grief look like? So, grief.
Grief can come in like so many different forms, and it's
Yes, because you like can't, or it's like eating too much, or another one like you're just acting happy like all the time. And that's like a form of coping. You don't want to fully accept it sometimes. So you decide, oh, let me just keep on going out with my day. I don't want to think about it. Also, when it comes to eating, like, oh, you know what? I'm a little bit hungry. Let me just eat my feelings out.
Exactly. I don't think I've ever grieved like eating grief, but I think I've like not ate,
Mm.
not went nowhere, stayed in my room. You know what I'm saying? Or I've had those times where I'm not focusing on whatever my mental is focusing on. I'm surrounding myself with people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I was more so like that when I was younger, like maybe 16 and stuff. But now that I'm getting older, it's more so like I don't want nobody around me when I'm not feeling my best or in the right mental space. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's easy. If you are not mindful, I try to be mindful. You know, it doesn't always go as planned, but it's easy to rub off your energy on other people. Energy is so transferable, and I don't think we are mindful enough on how much like a person can feel your energy, especially if they're observant, right?
Mhm.
Facial expressions, body language, all those type of things.
And weren't we taught in science like energy never loses power? It always
Exactly.
changes to a different object.
Or it just grows and 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 look, if you're not growing with happiness, you're growing with anger, and it's so easy to lash out, right?
Mhm.
It's so easy. That just shows how much energy just like I don't know. Like I've been
Builds up.
yes, it builds up. Like I've been in an area where like one person one person say something and the next person like, oh, why would you say it like this? And da 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 da. And now that person feels that energy. You get what I'm saying? It's just like little slight things that I noticed. Like, if you are not mindful, you could like consume a person's energy
Right.
and you could rub off energy. Like,
Um,
life is funny,
and
right?
I see that another thing that we had for what does a grief look like is emotions, physical signs, memory, behaviors. Sometimes your memory, like fixes a lot of stuff where you don't remember the complete memory.
It censors it to your
Yes.
liking,
To like
basically.
protect you a little bit.
Exactly. Ain't that funny how the brain works?
Yeah.
The brain can even, in the moment of feeling, you can get a smell. Like I'm the type of person, if I smell something, I'd be like, oh my God, I remember this in my middle school classroom. Oh my God, I remember this when I went to Virginia. Like that's the type of person I am, right?
Mhm.
So imagine, like I'm not even gonna say imagine. Let me just go back to what I was saying. A person, they can. Oh my God, I forgot what I was saying. What was it? A person can. What did you just say?
I said that basically your memories.
Yes.
Yes.
In a moment of like a person can hear a loud bang or something,
Mhm.
and their memory can just replay that whole, like their mind will just replay that whole traumatic scene. You get what I'm saying? Like that's how powerful the brain is. But if you are the type of person that's trying to grieve in a growing way and not in a way that's constantly putting you down, you're gonna try to be resilient to those type of things, right? Those type
Right.
of triggers. You're gonna try to stay away from the triggers or the people that trigger you to take you back to that moment or trigger you to react in a moment of anger or sadness. Like that's another thing I learned. Like, bro, you cannot control nobody else. The only thing you can control is yourself. How
And
you
how you
react,
react.
what you say, and what you don't say. You know?
Mhm.
Like feel like life is like it's a learning, like everything is a learning type of experience, trials and tribulations.
Right, because you be finding out a lot of stuff, or sometimes a lot of people that they were just a lesson for right then and there. They weren't someone to go the full journey with you.
Exactly. Exactly. I just want to get on to one more thing before we go to the next slide with grief. Grief don't gotta just be in a bad negative way, right?
Mhm.
It could be in a way where you're finding a new purpose, you're finding a new group to connect with, right? You were the type of person that didn't like talking, right? But a person told you go try this group. And now you are able to talk in front of 5 people that used to be strangers.
Right.
Now they're close friends, and you're venting. And you never thought you would be able to express yourself in this way until that person gave you that small, short advice. That's why we always got to keep good people around us.
And also try new experiences, because the new experiences, you never know, that can actually enlighten you, take you to other opportunities that are better. Or
Yep.
with that experience, you can actually find a home there.
And don't let nobody tell you your way of grieving is wrong or weird. Or don't let nobody tell you your way of expressing your feelings is wrong or weird. I'm the type of person, I will cry. You know, it's not always in a moment of space to cry. But I will cry and express myself because I feel like crying is a way to release it all, process, go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand that. I'm
like,
not
I don't
someone that
know.
likes yelling or screaming or to try to like fight. I would rather like be frustrated, cry, because crying, it relieves the stress that I have, the irritation I'm getting. Like actually trying to fight, no, it's like a trigger warning a little bit for me.
Yeah, I understand that. Don't worry, Kendra. I'm gonna protect you. Nobody touching you, Kendra.
Y'all heard that? All right, but
Go to the next slide.
next slide. All right. So, many ways you can help out in the community, because it's also for suicide prevention month. Um, yeah, month. I said it right.
Mhm.
Take mental health first aid classes. Because one, it could help you to understand yourself more, or it could help other people just in case you
Mhm.
can understand them better.
Is do you want to be mental health first aid certified in the youth? We can provide that for you. If you want to be mental health first aid certified for the adults, we can give that for you.
Isn't that through BetterHelp?
Huh?
Is that through BetterHelp?
No, BetterHelp is one resource, but mental health first aid is its own.
Or-
Is its own like source. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's where you can take the courses and trainings.
Right. And if you actually want free therapy with just that and to be able to have someone to talk to, we do have BetterHelp, which is also in our description on YouTube, where you can click the link. And also scan the QR code right now if you wanted to do that instead, because we do work with BetterHelp.
$30, $60, $90. That's 90 days. That's a 90-day run.
3 months,
90-day
that is
run.
90 days. It would be great for like free therapy. But also with some more ways to help out in the community. You can share resources and information like what we had just gave you, or
Join
more that you
workshops.
know. Yes, lots of workshops with SEL learning.
And also, if you go on Eventbrite and look up, like, there's always little events. I'm not going to say they're always free, but there's always little events where you guys can go and pop up and be with a community that somewhat has the same mindset of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, these resources are out here. It's just not a place where that's, big and bright, where it's like, I am here, find me. You know what I'm saying? It's like we
Right.
got to do our research if we really want it.
Right. And then also you can volunteer for hotlines, or volunteer for actually going and helping with the events, because you
Mhm.
never know, they might actually need help to
Yep.
share.
And volunteering does a lot. Volunteering shows people how committed you are, how serious you are, and you might just get a position from volunteering. You never know. So don't shy away from helping your community. Like, never.
You can volunteer at local businesses, because we do have on there that local businesses are also a way to help out in the community. You never know what they're going through. They might just be waiting for someone to act. They can ask for help.
Let's get into this Glow Fest. Cause I know y'all been seeing these posters and these reposts about this event. It's not just no small slight event. This is a event for remembrance, right? Remembrance, grieving, resources. Not even that. We're trying
Making
to
sure to celebrate the loved ones that you've lost because they're still with you.
exactly. We're
Like,
not
even if
even
you
just
can't
trying
see
to
them.
do that. We're also trying to provide the community with resources like career development, professional
Housing.
development, health resources, schooling resources. If your kid needs help with like an IEP or any school problems, SICA is the place to help you. We have so many referrals and resources that we are just waiting to send you guys' way.
And also, we do have our activities if you just want to have a break. Like we have, um, we'll tell you more about the activities later. Let me not get really into it. But let's go to our resources.
But yeah, we're gonna have
Let's
some
not spoil
performance
it.
there. It's gonna be food there. You know, we trying to
Are
get.
you spoiling the event?
Sorry, but we just gotta tell them.
I know. Give it a second. Give it a second, okay?
All right. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it to y'all. But if y'all don't go to our Instagram, SICA USA, and click that link in our bio and support your community. God don't like ugly. It's like
Just saying.
But our resources, y'all see how many resources we got right here? Imagine how many resources we'll have in person at tables.
Yes, and the reasons why we have these resources is because all someone wants is to be heard or someone to actually see them as a whole because they are actually someone, and just like you think you're important, they think they're important or don't know it yet.
Exactly.
So make sure you tell someone that they're important today.
Y'all, it never hurts. Let me tell y'all something. Society, when I was younger, in like I was 16, like 11th grade, society tried to make me feel like I was weak for having emotions, weak for expressing my feelings, weak for wanting to give and love on people. Don't let society ruin the type of person you are. Because in my school, they try to make it seem like, oh, you're tender. Even for friends, like you can't even express certain love for friends. You gotta call them dummy. What's up? Yeah, your shoes ugly. I steal. Like you get all that type of stuff. I'm a lover. I want to help. You know what I'm saying? Don't let society make you feel like there's no one out there that wants help.
Younger?
There's
Are you
people
trying to
out
say
there
you're
that
old?
always wants help. Huh?
Younger? You're trying to say you're old?
No, I'm saying I'm a big dog. You know what I mean? I'm like big sis, and I'm looking for little sis. You get what I'm saying? Little bro. Like I'm that. I'm that type stuff.
So you're not an aunt.
No, never that. Never.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chill. Relax.
I had to make sure.
Yeah.
But some resources that we have is the 988 suicide and crisis lifeline. And also the crisis text line.
Suicide Anonymous.
Yes, all of these are also in our description on YouTube to make sure that y'all can click links or know exactly where to go. We also have Smart Recovery as one to share out. Trevor Project, the LGBTQ plus youth.
American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Veterans Crisis Line. Be Friends worldwide. Have someone to talk to and actually have a friend. All of these are great resources. There are plenty more out there. These are just some right now. And you can, like I said, look in our description, click all the links, and
we're gonna have some silent disco going on at our event. We're gonna be giving out wristbands. We're gonna be doing some type of candlelight, even if it's a real, even if it's a fake. We're gonna be remembering the ones that are gone but never forgotten, right?
You say you're gonna dance?
I might do a little 2-step or something like that.
Okay. You said they had to put on Cupid Shuffle though, right?
Come on. If you doing that, I need you to do the what's that song was doing? Dun, 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 dun.
I'm like,
I can't get enough. Okay. Yep, that song. You gotta do
anyway, so they are actually also having singers, performers, some poets.
There'll be therapists out there.
Definitely therapists.
We keep them on. We gotta keep a hand of them on deck. You know.
You never know when you might need it. We'll
You
have glow
never
items like glow in
know.
the dark wristbands and some merch.
A wrap for this Wellness Wednesday. Let's keep on remembering our loved ones for this month of September and forever on. But let's remember to try a different format of grief if you feel like the way you've been grieving has been extremely hard for you. Because there are different ways. There's groups out there because you never have to do it alone. There's groups made for this, made to support others that are feeling the same thing.
Right. And you can catch us back here on October 5th for our online episode with Sean right next to us. And our in-person one is actually next month for October 29th. That is a costume party, not a Halloween party, a costume party. And we'll actually be doing actually have party, have some snacks, some
Food. I
candies,
can't wait for the
food,
food.
be in costume while we're actually recording. And you can find us on YouTube.
You know what you wearing?
Not yet. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram. And you can also find us on Spotify. Our Spotify should be Sika Youth Voice. Our YouTube, y'all already know, is Sika. And our Instagram is Sika Youth Voice. Or you can find us on the actual page, which is Sika USA.
And that is a wrap.
And
Thank you guys for
for
tuning
supporting.
in.
Bye. Goodbye.